Maybe the best podcast.
Maybe the best podcast. Maybe the best podcast. Yo, we taking off. We taking off.
That's the one.
Oh, man.
Maybe the best podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to Maybe the Best.
Maybe
We're
the best
live.
of what? What is this?
Maybe the Best podcast.
We heard.
We're here on the YouTube.
On the Tizzle.
On the live, Facebook Live.
What's up, Live? What's up, Facebook Live?
We got the live right here, but we shout out to everybody. We on. Ooh.
All right, so look,
We on the
Right,
tube.
we got Lulu Poo Poo, Twan D the student,
What's happening? What's
Vern
happening?
Diddy, aka the Hot Dad, back at it. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. Maybe the best entertainment. Please type that in on your YouTubes. Let's get these views up so we can get a custom URL, and that way we can direct y'all straight to youtube.com/whatever we gonna put up later. But please make sure y'all go click on the videos and yeah, man, rock with us.
Fake Dracos, all in the videos.
Hey, in my city we shoot them. I mean we show them, we shoot them.
Yeah, I know the line.
All right,
I just was wanted to say.
Shout out to Ho, man, 444. That shit's still booming. I'm hot, man. It's the lights.
I told you, man. Listen, you know I already got it ready for it.
This whole new setup, man, I'm gonna have to like get some fans or some shit.
I know, I was like, I'll donate a fan for my house.
I feel
Well,
like
you know what people see is they gonna come with a little good light, and it hide behind there.
Yeah.
We gonna be all right.
all right, so we're in the infant stages, even though we're on episode 35.
Yeah.
35. Shout out
35.
to for everybody that's been rocking with us
Yeah.
on the podcast. Listen, Google Play Music,
Google Play Music,
iTunes,
SoundCloud. I'm a fucking echo.
You know, what's up with Tidal, man? Come on, man, y'all. Got,
So Tidal,
Cypher
you
Sounds
know,
it's us.
they don't have podcasts, they have their podcast. So the 6 podcasts that are signed to Tidal or getting a check from Jay are the 6 podcasts, or I think it might be 6 or 8 podcasts that are on Tidal.
Okay,
So shout out to Rap Radar with the exclusive Jay-Z interview. We do have a Jay-Z interview coming up, never. So look forward to that.
we going to Revolt.
We're going to Repo. What's up, Diddy?
Revolt. We going over there with y'all, the Drink Champs. We going over there.
You said you would never sign a deal with Diddy.
Huh? I said a record deal. This is a partnership. It would be a partnership,
Hey,
man.
Let's get some
Fritz
Ciroc
doing
up
all right,
in here.
yeah.
Ciroc.
Hey, I ain't here to speak on that.
No, you know what? I would love some Ciroc. Some free Ciroc bottles would be great. I pay for them enough.
Listen.
Ciroc, my favorite vodka. I ain't even gonna lie.
But I'm going to put that working man out. Shout out to Cousin Kenny. We about to have that working man up on here on the next episode. We're going to have that working. I'm going to have that
We
working
gonna get you an official, like, working man, your own brand, or we gonna?
No, we going to pump
We gonna
that
bring the
brand.
Henny.
Yeah. No, we going to pump the what they call it, diet Henny.
Oh, brandy.
Yes, we pumping that. We gonna have the Erky Jerky here next week.
We gonna
right
have-
here, VSOP, bam.
We gonna have that Ray J sister up in this bitch.
Yes. Shit, Ciroc was a dying product. They about to pull it off the shelves until somebody knew somebody that knew somebody that knew Diddy.
Hey,
So
That effing vodka.
we got Effins too.
effing alright.
That's
I
pretty
fuck
good.
with effing.
Yeah.
We got
That's
Effins.
smooth.
I'm not
pretty
a
good.
vodka dude, man.
Yeah, you on that brown?
Yeah, I can't.
Niggas say I ain't a nigga
I can't
because I
do
don't
brown.
drink brown.
They say I'm a nigga because I don't eat collard greens.
You don't eat collard greens, bro.
Look at that.
You ain't a nigga, bro.
Oh my gosh.
But you still nigga.
To the court. Still.
Who don't eat collard greens, man?
Collards
Like,
are everything.
please, man, get in the comments
Everything.
wherever we at. Instagram, Facebook.
Y'all can get all of the
Twitterverse.
comments on the live. Make sure y'all share on the live.
You ain't had my mama collard greens, bro.
I do not eat collard greens.
Why?
Yeah, is there a reason behind
Yeah.
that?
Why?
It's a reason behind a lot of like greeny thing, like broccoli. Like I just feel like it's certain vegetables to me.
Like, name a bad green one though, because you
Yeah.
live with collard greens and broccoli, and those are 2 of the best greens.
For
Like,
real.
What I'm saying is it's so green that it tastes like. For me, I can't shake the vegetable greeny taste of those vegetables.
So you put seasoning on it.
Nah, it's not. It's not. I'm talking about. I done tried cheese. I done tried all that. It's just not. It's just.
Yeah, well, mom
I don't
cook
like
her
I'm a
collard
texture
greens.
person, so I don't like the texture of those.
See, texture
of
is
those-
everything.
of those
Like,
vegetables.
I don't fuck with
Gotcha.
Brussels sprouts, but asparagus, spinach, collards,
I do some string bean.
French cut green beans
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
I fucks
yeah.
with them.
You know.
But then I don't fuck
I
with
do.
sweet peas. Like,
What?
yeah, unless it was like some
I do
like
some
buttery
lima
white
beans.
I was
rice,
gonna
but then I don't
say.
even eat white rice anymore.
I do some lima bean, baby beans.
I can't do lima
I just had the Spanish plate the other day. I had some pinto beans with some chicken. And shout out to me, Bandetta. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Dominican people over there. Me back down to get a $4 plate. I've been eating on it for 3 days.
Hey, it's another spot, Tukasa, right here on OBT.
Yes, that
Man,
place is
they like
delicious.
fucking load your plate with food.
Don't know
bro.
nothing about food costs.
And
They
they
get
cook
that big ass spoon.
Yeah, you know what? Because I think because it's family owned and it's called Tukasa. Like they treat the shit like you live there too. It's like, baby, you hungry? Let me make you a plate.
Yo, but you know the thing about it is, and I love my Hispanic people, but I just want y'all to understand that black people like gravy on their rice. So you can't look at me funny when I be like, more. I be like, more.
Gravy, like the bean juice.
No, the
Gravy.
broth and the meat. The broth and the meat, they be looking at me crazy. I be like, can I get more? Can I? And she take the spoon and go,
Yeah.
and close it. I'm like, you just gave me all that rice.
Like, yeah.
You just gave me all that rice with this little bit gravy.
Yeah,
So
if we
what
talking
I-
traditional gravy, then I would say no. But when you say like the broth from like
Yes, the
chick-
broth, yeah.
when that-
So-
Oh, okay,
because it got the meat
okay.
seasoning in
Yes.
it.
So you know what I do now? Can I get extra in a small cup?
Oh, that's smart.
Bam, and they'll get it to me.
I think you meant gravy.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I was confused.
I do that at Chipotle though, but I ask for black bean juice. I'm like,
Yes.
can I get black beans with extra black bean juice?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So hey man, what we have lined up, bro? Because I thought we was just gonna follow your lead tonight, man. There's a couple things that we wanted to,
okay.
We
So
have a lot.
obviously, what we got, we have Harvey,
And not Steve.
and yeah, right. Shout out first off.
Fuck Steve Harvey, man.
Bless up, yeah, for real, man.
Big ass suits.
My stash can't fit in the Steve Harvey suit.
Hey.
Ooh. Shout out to all the victims out there. Okay, I don't want nobody to get it Michigan.
Yeah, not a shout out. We know what he mean, man.
Yeah.
You know, his shout out to all the victims.
We're
Hey,
praying for you.
Bless up to
Houston.
all the victims out there.
I ain't praying for y'all
But
because I don't believe in Jesus.
I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm
You
about to
donate?
say tonight in regards
What the fuck is the
to
money gonna do?
anything. So,
Yeah.
y'all know I got my cap shirt. I got, you
Yeah.
let me get the cap. Let me get the cap. And I definitely want to speak on Aaron Rodgers and his statement.
Okay.
Explain that.
Okay.
Because I was confused how it's damaging.
Can we wait?
Yeah. Well,
No, I'm asking. I'm asking. Can we
Yeah.
wait? Because with Harvey, I know it's kind of like come and gone. Well, it's not even come and gone because I mean, like it's still dumping rain in the Houston area.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So have you talked to Jeff?
I did, man. He just sent me something just now. Who we text? He's talking about some. I came from the city of hurricanes. You know, he acting like
Right.
he's standing
So-
outside and punch it.
The night
But he
before
did.
Harvey like really touched, I was at the gym and I'm talking to Jeff. We talked for a few hours, and like he's outside, and I'm like, bro, man, y'all ready? Because like y'all good, the family good. And he's like, bro, it's a hurricane. Like, I'm from I'm from the city, so like I know what to expect. I was already prepared, and so I was proud, of course. But he's standing outside. He's like, man, it's nothing. And then, of course, after the hurricane, we get the reports of like shoulder high flooding and
Yeah.
everybody dealing with the flooding. And I'm like, man, y'all good? It's like, man, we good. We straight.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
Oh,
ain't
he
nothing
didn't get
here.
flooding?
No, apparently not. And so a couple days later, I'm like, all right, bro, like I'm hearing these reports and they got me on edge, man. Like, y'all straight? And he was like, shit, they got me on edge too. And I'm like, well, goddamn, where's the flooding? Like, if it's is it in Houston or like what part of Houston it is? He said it's mostly downtown and shit. But
Okay.
I'm like, how big is that city to where it seems like all is Houston, or is it propaganda?
Yeah.
Is it that the news is flooding us with this shit?
And that's what I thought
pun
too.
intended.
Like they
Yeah.
were more at the coast. That's like if there was a hurricane here, they're down at Fort Myers or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where there's
because
more damage.
I was surprised at his answer, but then I was like, I just chalked it up to being him. Like,
Right.
this is just him.
Right.
But
because it could be hyperbole from him, considering like he could probably be in like waist deep water and be like, nah, man, we good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but big brain like that. That plays to the notion of the whole Joel Osteen thing, and
Yeah.
was it flooded and was it not flooded? And okay, let me ask this question:
Yeah.
do you think he just answered the questions bad, or was it just
a
what?
No,
pastor.
it's bullshit.
He's a pastor, bro.
Yeah.
He's very articulate.
My man said the city did not tell us to open. That's what he said.
Yes,
That's
he
what I'm
waited
saying,
for them to open
like,
to
you
say go
talk
ahead.
all the time, like,
Right.
and you couldn't articulate. Like, that's what you said.
No, what he said in his words to my ears was that, Fuck them niggas.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all
Hey,
niggas.
you seen the meme that was like,
Fuck outta here.
oh, now y'all want to go to church.
Now y'all want to. Yeah, man.
But
Look.
churches and schools are the first thing that's open for shelters.
Yeah, look.
So I don't know why he's the exception.
Pastor Olstein, you definitely dropped the ball. No one should have had to ask you to do anything.
No.
As a man of the people, a man of God, your responsibility to the people are to provide shelter as their shepherd. That's what you're supposed to do. Obviously, you expose yourself to be what you are. Like a lot of pastors, I won't say all or even most pastors, but a lot of y'all prosperity pastors, y'all preach prosperity and you're the only ones truly benefiting from that prosperity talk. We've had so many different conferences coming to my hotel, church conferences, and I work in a hotel, and the department that I run right now, those guys are tip-based employees, and church groups in particular, man, they would come through and they would stiff my guys. Like, my guys wouldn't get tipped at all. You know what I'm saying? Or catch the short end of it because they spending all their money in the church services. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they tithe and then doing the offerings and everything to help build up the church. But what are the churches doing for the communities? Yeah. Like, that's very disappointing to see people so misled and so fucked up in the head that they think that God needs their money or that they can buy their way into heaven or whatever it is that, is offered, and that... in church, man. So it was very disappointing to hear Olstein's original comments of the church is inaccessible. Like, so it was inaccessible, which made people say, was it flooded? Then he had no comment. And then all of a sudden the city didn't ask us.
Well, first there was reports that said that it was flooded, and then it wasn't flooded, and then he was like, oh yeah, we were always open. We just had a little bit of flooding. I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it.
You got a Super Bowl stadium as your church, bro. Like, essentially
16,000.
Wasn't it
right? They got
16,000.
The Rockets X stadium.
I don't know, but
yeah, that's what they said, right?
I mean, it's a large facility, so even if the lower level is flooded to a degree, man, like you have an upper bowl that you could facilitate people in. So I think everybody on that part dropped the ball. Like, somebody should have been in his ear, like, hey, pastor, this would be a good PR move to be in front of this and say, hey, let's get some of these people taken care of. And then that increases the membership of your church. That'll get more people wanting to come in and drop that 10% in your pocket.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Rolls Royce Phantoms don't pay for themselves.
Rolls Royce, bitch.
Have you seen his house?
I have not
seen his house. Doors go that way. His doors go that way.
It's a huge mansion.
But he's not Catholic, so I'm not worried. As long as he's not Catholic. Because those Catholics have little boys in their houses.
No, he's Christian. I
mean, so are the Catholics.
My doors.
No, but he's
not like a little boy molester Christian. Mm-mm. He's like a pocket molester Christian. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shout out to you, pocket molester. I'm on one. Shout out to Gatorade.
First of all, wait, if he was a Catholic priest, he wouldn't be married with kids.
No, he'd just be raping little boys.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're not supposed to get married.
I guess.
And have sex. He's married with kids.
I'm not taking any advice from somebody that ain't allowed to have sex. Period. Like, I just feel like your whole cognitive way of thinking is so fucked up. Like, everything about your brain got to be fucked up if you've never had sex. I don't mean no disrespect to anybody on the panel.
I'm just trying to see what you're saying.
I can't take advice. I can't take life advice from someone who hasn't had sex.
Explain that. What does sex provide from a life standpoint?
Yeah.
Everything. It's if you do it right. If you do it right. Like, cause I'm not gonna just take advice from a nigga that's like, yo, I got 1,000 under my belt over the last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't take advice from you either because you don't know what the hell you're doing.
So it's got to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle, like 500.
Okay.
Now, I think a leader that has not had sex tells me that he hasn't been tempted in the ways that other men have, and so you don't know what challenges I'm facing. You know what I mean? Like, you saying, well, I have been tempted, I just haven't jumped into the water. It's like, nah, because you don't know what you're missing. So you haven't truly been tempted unless you know what you're missing out on. You get some pussy, and then it's being withheld from you. Men act different, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we buckle under pressure, and it's like, oh, you give in. So if you haven't had that, I can't take anything you say serious. You can't tell me which way to go because I'm like, bro, you ain't never had that. And so nothing you say matters to me.
Well, I mean, I'm not Catholic, but I know
I could take advice from you because you're a female.
Well,
I'm not
no,
gonna tell you to get some pussy first before you tell me what to do.
I'm just saying with the Catholic.
Unless it's what you like.
No.
Okay.
I'm not Catholic. No offense. I'm not Catholic, but I know they don't have sex because they give themselves to God, and they fight those temptations, and God is there to help them. Mm-hmm. Like if they see a female,
and by God they mean little boy booty hole.
I can't. But yeah,
I'm way off.
We gonna get kicked off
right?
the tube before we even pop on the tube. But it's all right, because that's how we get to the 10,000. Or the 10,000 strong campaign that we got going on.
I did say this is going to be a fun episode.
You know,
Yeah,
shout out to everybody. So,
Can I shout out, because she just said, fun episode. I do want to shout out CJ again, man.
Yes, yes.
Excellent episode last week, man.
Yes.
Seize the Night to Light Your Darkness. If you haven't gotten the book, please go to Amazon. Please go to Barnes & Noble. And any other book retailer, go ahead and look for it. Great book, man.
yes.
Carlton Myrie. Author Carlton Myrie. Please check that out. Seize the Night to Light Your Darkness.
Great book, great book.
Yeah, episode 34 on YouTube now. Go check it out.
Or 35. Oh,
We're on 35 right now.
That was 34.
33 and 34.
Yes, man. Yes.
Have we forgotten about Flint?
What about Flint?
Who's that?
Right. See,
Flint Eastwood? No, Clint Eastwood.
this is because we one of the things No, we good. Excuse me. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to
watching
my
on the
weed,
live, YouTube. We appreciate y'all. Maybe the best episode 34. One of the topics that I wanted to get in tonight. This dude right here is crazy, man. What's wrong with you?
Hey, man.
You got
We're not drunk. We're not drunk or
We're
anything.
not doing it. So one of the topics I wanted to get in tonight.
Let's go.
And this is why I made the statement that I made earlier in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because people may get it misconstrued about what I'm about to say. But we have a natural disaster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, shout out to all the celebrities that are raising the money and got this money quick. Right?
Quick as fuck.
Quick as fuck.
I mean, JJ Watt put out a challenge to raise, 50,000?
Right? Absolutely.
And they're at 10 million?
So I want to ask a couple questions. One, if you don't know, Flint, Michigan has had contaminated water for going on 4 years now?
3 years.
3 years now. To the point where they're getting ready to make a movie about it.
Yeah.
You've seen celebrities such as Snoop Dogg and, people of that sort go and give water, right?
DJ Envy. Shout out to DJ Envy.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Even one community, one Orlando, Miles, everybody even here in this city that ship water. Brother Wayne, everybody that ship water there. I want to understand why is a situation that, in my opinion, people can't bathe. Okay, there's been diseases and things of that sort contracted from this situation. Now, and I'm finna go here.
Okay.
I'm finna go here, so if the card is around, I'm pulling it. Flint, Michigan is predominantly...
Can we get a time check? So, because I want to make sure he get this good.
Flint, Michigan is predominantly African American. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't really see why people are not so quick to run at that situation. Now, this is a natural disaster, and maybe this is the example of the media controlling the narrative.
14
okay, the media controlling the narrative. But I remember Katrina.
Yep.
And I'm now remembering Flint. And I'm saying to myself, why is it so hard for everybody to go at that situation when it's a predominantly group of certain people? But now when it's a vast group of diverse people, 5 million, 10 million, 2 million, 20 million. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? What happened to Flint?
Economics.
What about Flint? What about Flint? Now you can say, well, shit, you got the Detroit Pistons over there. You got the Detroit Lions over there. Okay, yeah, fair enough, exactly. What? And so I'm gonna put this, on you guys. And the question is, what about Flint?
I think the answer is in the question. Just how you pose it. Well, what about Flint?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Flint is a small city. that brings no economic status to the United States at all. You know what I mean? Like if Flint were to disappear, no one would care except for the people that have family members in Flint and people of Flint.
Are we speaking from how the supremacists are thinking, or
from,
just what it is? Because
from an economic standpoint,
but
Flint means nothing.
But these are people, right?
Right.
Aren't these people?
Right. And I'm just answering the question. Obviously not politically correct, but I'm answering it from a political standpoint because I do obviously care about the people. I talk about that enough. Like people.
That's what I was saying because I, want to make sure people, be like, oh, that motherfucker tripping. Right. We ain't got no Uncle Toms, no none of that over here. So don't even drop them in no comments. But go ahead, brother.
Like I didn't even know what Flint, Michigan was until all of this happened.
Right.
But that's not a problem.
It is a problem for conscious people that think about people. But you can't expect our government to care about people because they never have.
They haven't even put these people in jail. They're still on trial.
Well, they have convicted like 3 or 4 people.
Convicted, but are they in jail?
Well, they're on their way. And they had the settlement with the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, for $97 million to go to repairing the pipeline. So that's something that's underway, but it's been a 3-year process, like you said. I mean, we've been talking about...
And they raised this in days.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. For me...
But look, what we've seen immediately since Harvey has come is gas prices have gone up. And that's the economic impact of Houston being in trouble, because Houston is where a lot of oil drilling happens in America. And so if they can't get to their resources, then America hurts. And if everybody's hurting from the oil standpoint, then we're going to be affected by the gas prices because the cost of a barrel of oil is going to continue to rise. And we can't rely on OPEC because OPEC is trying to cut back on oil production.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
The dollar. It's the dollar. See, if motherfuckers ain't producing you no money,
right,
then you don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. Traditionally, wealthy people have a better chance at beating cancer, STDs, like any major illness.
HIV.
People with money. People with money have a better chance at beating it. Not that they always beat it. But
they have a higher chance.
Yeah, or whenever they can kidnap black people and harvest our organs, then that's a real thing. That is a fucking real thing. Shout out to Dick Gregory.
I saw that video.
Hey man, watch Hidden Colors, man, and it's in there too. It's in Hidden Colors too.
Yeah, money is the reason why Flint is, kind of forgotten about it, just tucked under. And and that's why we have continuously. There's been something to make you forget about all the tragic shit that happens to black people. Anytime we focus too much on black people, something good and juicy come up to make you.
So now I'm gonna just go all the way in.
Okay.
This is what I mean about being selfish in our own plight at times. Because don't nobody give a fuck about us, period, point blank, at any given time.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about the Houston Rockets. I don't give a fuck about the Houston Texans and all that other shit. Period, point blank. All I care about is the well-being of people in the same situation or worse than other people.
Right.
Okay? Now, Houston opened their doors to New Orleans and hopefully they can get that good karma back, and this is probably what's happening to them because they did do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, and I'm talking about our folk, right? Kevin Hart gonna come out here and put a video to challenge everybody in his sector to do this, but ain't nobody putting no Flint challenges out. We did a show called Hip Hop for Flint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The nation was there. Shout out to Debbie. It was here in this city.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, me personally, man, I can't respect any of that shit that's going on. Like I said, prayers and bless up to the family. Yes, y'all need. I hope you get everything that you need.
Right.
But for me, any of y'all out there, man, whatever. It's how I see it. If we're gonna be selective,
correct,
in our help.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, you ignorant. People out here and then I'm not ignorant. You talk to the people with diseases and rashes and things that they'll never be able to cure, and babies born with problems because exactly what you said. Oh, the motherfuckers over there ain't making us no money.
Mm-hmm.
See, if Chicago was fucking up the money, they'd have been up in there.
Right. It's something that you allude to.
That's
a
another
lot,
example.
And you don't just allude to, but you say it's the illusion of inclusion. And so when disasters happen that predominantly affect black people, there is no inclusiveness when it's time to rally the troops, right? You have those black people that are aware that our community is affected. And so we need to come together and do what we can to promote, I don't want to say promote wellness, but promote repair for our communities, right? You only have the black people that do that when it's black issues. But when there's either a diverse issue or a white issue, they have an ability to get all of us, the Kevin Harts, to come out and say, everybody, I challenge you to donate $25,000, right? It's shit like that that is troubling. I'm not saying that people shouldn't, Kevin Hart or whoever shouldn't contribute funds, but I'm saying let's look to hold them accountable and demand that they show the same respect for our community as we do for theirs. Or we do need to scale back and say, nah.
That's it.
Not until it's the same effect on both sides.
And that's all I'm saying, man. Like, I don't want people to think I'm being disingenuous or whatever the case may be, but I'm sitting back and I'm looking at everybody. His comments about Cap. I'm looking at everybody and I'm, and we got this going and we got that going, and I'm just like, damn, well, I don't remember none of you being that public about Flint. Now you go, oh, well, no, we sent the silent check and all this stuff, but I don't remember none of them being that public about no Flint. You know what I'm saying? It could have been easy to put together a concert and all proceedings or whatever, go to the folk and all of this, and the rappers or whoever that's involved in this situation now going to Congress and demanding. I was watching old clips of Martin last night. God bless him dead, and James Baldwin last night. These boys was going to the folk. This is what I was talking about reinvesting in intellect. The leaders that we was looking at, they were intellectual people. They came and dropped them numbers. They came and dropped them statistics on your ass. Hey, look, this is who we got to get in front of. This got to change. This is just ridiculous, man. And it goes and segue into what I'm going to say about old boy A-Rod. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers anyway. Baddest man in the land.
Well, look, man.
This is the article. And
this is maybe the best podcast, episode 35. Let's take a quick break, man. I'm going to grab something to drink. I'm going to be right back, but we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this Kaepernick situation. And Aaron Rodgers discussing Colin Kaepernick. So we'll be right back, y'all.
You know it.
Maybe the best podcast.
Welcome back. Maybe the best podcast, episode 35. Twan D got the mic. What are we talking about?
So we going to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
True that.
Now, just like I did in the beginning, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback. Okay. I'm boycotting the NFL. Y'all know that. I'm not doing no fantasy. I don't have no NFL highlight alerts or nothing, but I caught it from Bleacher Report because it was a trending, so I'm still following trending.
Says the guy in the NFL jersey.
Hey, I'm repping
a cap jersey.
I should. Well, how homeboy did it? He blacked that out. Here, black that out. Black that out. No, I ain't gonna do that to you. And it was interesting, man, because I seen the article, and it had the quote of, I think he should be on the roster right now. Right. So I'm like, okay, Aaron Rodgers,
The clickbait.
He got black boy stuff. He got black boy swag anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I click on the article because I like reading the full thing.
Getting the context, full context.
Full context, and he says, and I think, that his protest is the reason why.
Okay.
So then I keep reading.
Yep.
And as I keep reading, I see something that he says, and what he says is the exact reason why I always challenge non-racist white people to be careful in being silent and straddling the fence.
Okay.
Because it's the most dangerous, in my opinion, when you make a statement. And the funny thing about it is I don't even think that he knew he made the statement like that. And that comes from just not acknowledging your privilege. Okay?
So, what is
the statement is...
I want to make you jump ahead.
I'm going to stand because that's the way I feel about the flag. That's not even it.
Okay.
But I'm also 100% supportive of my teammates or fellow players who are choosing not to. That's not even it. Here's the kicker. They have a battle for racial equality. That's what they're trying to get a conversation started around.
So, before knowing what you were going to discuss in regards to this, I read the article too. I read the whole statement. And when I got to that part, you said dangerous earlier.
Yeah.
What I got from that was, that's not really support.
Come on. Now, this is what I'm finna, because I'm finna drive it home.
That they is harsh.
When you separate yourself like that,
Very much so.
when you do something like that, it totally negates what you just stated in the previous statement. So this is a they problem? See, this is what I'm saying. This is not a they problem. Because if you say, well, I'm not riding with white supremacy, and I'm not riding with racial inequality and systematic inequality and all of that, you can't say they are trying to fight for racial equality. There is no they.
Damn, it looks like he tried to save himself too, and then he went back and said, "But I know it's a real thing my black teammates have to deal with."
So,
He was like, I don't understand what it's like being pulled over, profiled and stuff. I think he was trying to dig himself out, and then he just dug himself back in.
But I think it shows a level of awareness.
Yes.
He recognizes the white privilege, but it was
my
still
bad.
very, like you said, separatism, or whatever it was. I don't know. Don't fucking judge me for this shit.
Segregate.
I don't know that he was trying to segregate himself, but he definitely separated himself from the pack and was like, that's their problem over there. That's what they trying to work on. And,
Yeah.
and if you're gonna be a voice, if you're gonna step out in front of this and actually make a statement, then it's in your best best interest to be very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And be very, very careful with your words. Otherwise, no comment is okay to say.
Right.
Like, you don't have to feel away. You don't have to speak on this at all. Hey, should Colin Kaepernick have a job in the NFL? That's not my place. I play for the Green Bay Packers. I'm the starting quarterback here. I don't need no competition.
But-
I'm going out to have a good time and lead my team to victory. I'm not fucking with that.
Do you think if he said that, he would still,
No.
this would still be a conversation?
It
People
only
be like,
becomes
he's a quarterback. He should have stood up, blah, blah, blah. He's a team leader.
Can
Do
I
you
be
think that
real
would
with
be
you?
the same conversation?
I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
The only ones that's obligated to do anything is black athletes.
Yeah.
But if you open your mouth as a non-black athlete in support of Kaepernick,
Yeah.
you gotta be all the way in.
Yeah.
You can't say stuff like, well, that's what they are trying to do. And I want people to know out there on the live and out here on YouTube.
Separatism.
This is
That's
the
the word.
thought process. This is the thought process. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Sometimes I'm nervous because of the thought process of the non-racist whites.
Yeah.
It is not because it's, again, man, if anything was to go down in the capacity of the movement again, we already got resistance within each other.
Yeah.
Okay? And so when you have this, it's like, that's just like, man, nah, man, that's their thing. Well, you know, like you grow up with somebody, you hang out with them as soon as the beat pops, man, that's y'all thing. But wait, you kicking it at the crib with us, you hanging on the block with us, but as soon as it's time to put in some work, it's our thing now.
Right.
Where did he
And-
grow up? In Oklahoma, right?
California.
Yeah, California. On issues like this, he was supposed to be a 49er, but whatever.
Oh, boy.
On issues like this, I think it's important for anyone that has a voice and is willing to use their voice to be clear about where you stand. And anytime you make statements like they, it tells me that you're definitely not aligning with us. And if you're not aligning with us, I have to assume that your allegiance is with the other side. And the reason why it's important for you to determine a side, because when shit pop off, you're gonna have to pick.
Yeah.
You don't get to play the middle then. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be looking at you sideways, questioning whether or not you're on my side or not. Because if it's wartime, you know, and that's a severe
In essence.
take on things. But if it's wartime, I'm gonna need to know who to squeeze and pop on, right? So I want to know who's truly riding with me. I appreciate the people that I know that I can identify as racist. People
Right.
that are not down for cause. I appreciate you because I know who you are. It is those kind of tweeners. I want to know where you stand. You know what I mean? Because I want to feel safe around you, and I want you to feel safe around me. Because I'm not gonna treat you the same way as I'm gonna treat that person over there that I know that there's, you know, some type of tension. So look, either don't speak or
Choose your words.
Yeah, just
and all of that is correct. But I want to know something.
What's up?
This video that comes out about the Cobb County cop, right?
Yeah.
For
I
those
saw
that's not
that.
out there listening on the live and on the YouTube, shout out episode 34, maybe the best podcast. We in here on the Tizu. 20 student. Lulu.
I saw that T.I. had posted it.
Yeah.
Nickel 9 had posted it, and then I had posted it. And then, like, you know what I'm saying, I had saw some other people.
Jay Wise had
as
posted
well.
it last night on Awesome News. Shout out to Awesome News,
Yeah,
our
man,
story, our
so-
media.
Yeah, man. On Facebook, Awesome News on Facebook. Please go ahead and check out the page and go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, so yeah, I just picked my nose, whatever. Sometimes I eat my boogers. That's off the table. I'll edit that or not.
All right.
I'm a grown ass man.
That
And
eats boogers.
what's wrong with eating boogers?
All right. The cop.
So going through some of the comments on T.I.'s page and Royce's page, because obviously they have more followers, you have more engagement from the people.
Mm-hmm.
And the rebuttal is he was being sarcastic.
No.
And obviously there was hints of sarcasm. But like J. Cole said, and like everybody says, in every joke, there's a lot of truth.
Jokes come from being true.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
funniest jokes is because it's based in truth.
Right.
Yeah.
There was so much truth in what he said, and the fact that his lawyer said he was trying to de-escalate a situation, and that's where this came from. That tells me a lot about that community. You know what I mean? Like it is acceptable to know that white people are targeted or black people are targeted. Black people are considered lesser than. So much that you can jokingly say to someone that is being stopped for DUI, hey, you're not black, it's okay. We only shoot black people. And she's like, ha ha ha, right. That made her feel safer because she recognized at that point, I'm not black. I am better than them.
He could have handled it in a better situation. Like, no. Like, I'm not that type of cop. You have nothing to worry about. Why joke something like that?
Because
You have cameras.
that's rooted in the system. See, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? Because the narrative that was changed is the reason why this guy was saying that he wasn't even gonna stand anyway. This thing right here is the prime example of what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna put it right back when I say, but you motherfuckers still next Thursday gonna be watching the TV when the whole point is to bring light to situations like this more. We shouldn't, many of these situations happen every day. We don't have to wait a year to figure it out, to be like, see, this is why this man was doing this. This was been supposed to be a conversation that never had stopped, to the point where reform should have been implemented and everything like that. But the narrative was allowed to be controlled. And now we see this and we want to be mad again. Now we want to be mad again. This is what
Well, thankfully, there's a collection of people, this movement of consciousness, awareness, wokeness, whatever you want to call it. It has been catching steam, and there's some people that are like committed to it. To the progress of our people, the awareness of our plight, and then trying to come up with real solutions that could work. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there are going to be the fly-by-night people that got with it just because it was popular. Black Lives Matter was cool. Now it's not. Being oppressed was cool, and now it's not. Let's get back to the entertainment. Let's get back to the distraction.
That's going to happen next year.
Right. It's always going to be cyclical. The thing is, for those that are willing to stay committed to it, it's like, let's not find ourselves so worked up and so angry that we are challenging people that aren't even listening to us anyways. Let's stay committed with the people that are committed to build, and let's still try to reach out. Let's have that outreach, but know that everybody's not going to be receptive to this message because it's been hundreds of years that we've been marginalized. It's nothing new, so we just have to take the progress that we have. I had posted on Facebook today, what has Barack Obama done for the black community? Because that comes up so often, and people are so quick to say, well, Barack Obama didn't do anything for the black community while he was in office. He did so much for this group or so much for this group, but not enough for us. And it's like, well, let's not marginalize the progress. This generation put the first black president in office. It's also our responsibility, the people that put him there, to push our agenda. We cannot expect for one person to get in here and then just automatically change everything. Understanding that there's the Congress, there's the Senate, that everything has to go through first, right? This guy can't do it. And if we're not on the front line saying, okay, we got him in, now these are our issues, make sure that we're heard, make sure you know these are our issues and these are the things that we want you to tackle. If we're not doing that, if we gave up because we were like, we got him in, we did our thing, we started celebrating, we popping bottles, the job wasn't done.
And this is what Dr. Umar and Dr. Michael Eric Dyson talks about when they say you had people going up in there to just kiss the ring. Mm-hmm. You know, and what Umar talks about when he gets on that subject is it's our fault because we said all he had to do was just be president.
All right.
You know what I mean? And in 8 years, you know, all of this, these brothers, and that all happened under that administration. You know, and not one time that we put the foot down and say, whoa, we need police officer reform in the neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. We need laws passed down on excessive force to make cops think twice. We need what would come with reform would be psych evaluations every 6 months or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
Looking at people background check all the way from high school, because a lot of these dudes was bullied and all. You go and ask them, hey, such and such, oh, him, man, he was an old buster ass dude. That's why they had them attitude problems against people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because those are they remind them of the same people that used to try them in school. I don't know if you've seen a video, those two black cops in Detroit. Don't you ever fucking touch me again. And he yoked dude. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a video out right now. I think it's on Facebook or whatnot. And you looking at him and it's just like, you don't even have to do that.
Right.
Like that's not even anything you have to do. And if we gonna have different levels of training in the military, people that's getting bombed on and shot at can't even shoot until they shot at. How? And they're dealing with what they call them insurgents.
Right.
Insurgents, right?
Yeah.
How in the hell is your fellow man that you are patrolling every day, you gonna go and do the exact opposite and give the exact opposite training? So for me, man, it's a complete reform, and it has to start with erasing the original ideology of the police in the first place.
Right.
It's all about power.
Yeah. All right. There are the moments where we have black figures who wrongfully are elevated to be our spokesperson. That's the Charles Barkleys, that's the Steve Harveys, that's any person that gets in front of a mic and speaks against us in order to get approval from the majority.
Jim Brown, I'm surprised.
Jim Brown right now, which is odd because it's a total flip-flop from where he was last year or where he was his entire active career in activism.
Well, he got up in that White House. Trump fed him that ham sandwich.
That turducken. But there's truth in what Charles Barkley said recently. He said, cops make mistakes. They get nervous around the black people, and it's because, of the black on black violence. While he was completely off base with that, I'm just gonna come back to say everything does start and end with us, right? Fuck them, we're not gonna get their help, right? But if we could come together, unify to get the first black president in office, because realistically the opposition was there. You know what I mean? We moved so fucking strong that we made it happen anyways. Black on black violence is gonna happen the way white on white violence is gonna happen, the way people in close proximity to each other hurt and inflict harm on one another. That happens, period. That's not the issue.
I'm gonna speak on that.
The issue is we have to apply pressure to make sure that our voices are heard. You know what I mean? Like you said, we have opposition amongst ourselves. We can't even get on the same page to say, hey, look, this is the agenda that we need to push. Let's all move together. I don't remember who I heard it from or where I saw it, but a black leader was speaking. I know I saw it on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure I can pull it up, so I'll repost it if I can find it. But he said, if this is my focus and I come to you guys and I tell you, hey, cool, this is the plan, this is the way we're moving, we all come together. And somebody, a part of this movement, says, I got a better plan. Illustrate the plan. Your plan is better. I'm jumping behind your plan. It's not about ego. It's not about, well, this person has to be the leader or my plan has to be the plan to elevate black people. We should all move with the best plan for progress. And that's just the way it should be. And so we have to stop looking for a leader and just start looking for leadership within ourselves and start coming up with solutions, and making sure we communicate those solutions amongst the community and seeing how we can improve those. You know what I mean? Open forum. You posted a question on Facebook. I'm not sure if it was last night or the evening before, but
It was last night.
it was last night. And that, I don't know if you said black people or black men.
I said black men.
But black men need a forum. What do we call it? We don't have to call it anything, but we do need a forum.
October 1st.
We do need a forum where we all know where to go. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have a fucking name for it, but we do need to know where to go so that we can have these conversations, because I'm having this conversation with you and you have Brother Jay Wise and Awesome News and the people that you connect with on that end, and I might have another group of people over here. But if those parties aren't, coming together, then like we do have those separate agendas quite possibly, or we might be trying to do the same thing in two different ways and in effect hurting one another, because there's strength in numbers, there's strength in unity, but we're already divided and not trying to be.
Having events on the same day somebody else having an event. Fellowship is, in my opinion, probably on a small scale, one of the first things that we can do. And I say black men because that has been the person targeted since the moment we came over here. So that is the person that is the most broken, and that is the person that we have to fix first. Obviously, sisters, you're welcome. But to touch on some of that, I do agree with you. I think this NFL boycott is showing you on a very small scale how broken of a people that we are, and how the infiltration of our people since the Garvey movement, and not even that, since slave days, right? They would give different or rewards to slaves that would turn in slaves that was talking about escaping. Mm-hmm. So when you been broken from that long, and I want to touch on this real quick, and what Steve Harvey, not Steve Harvey, who said that?
That was Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley stated, black people are the only group of people, right, with this whole black on black crime, white on white crime, and all this other, are the only group of people, black and brown people, black and Hispanic people are the only group of people that when they commit acts of violence and crimes amongst themselves, it is almost all the time survival based. If any other, and we can look at the type of crimes, we can look at what they are, and the same thing what they're trying to say is, I'm trying to feed my family to what? To survive. Because white folks aren't in no 80-person building with 100 people. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. That's why they get the rapes and the white collar crimes and all that other crazy shit, because it's based on status and greed. That's why they have the show American Greed. You know what I'm saying? That shit's based on that. And you look at them and be like, how the hell you was born with a silver spoon in my food? Because that's based on status and greed. Our plight, our situation, and all this whole black on black crime crap and all of that, that's based on survival. You are putting a group of people in a section that, one, isn't a lot of room with lack of resources. Okay? And you're telling them, not verbally telling them, but proverbially telling them that only a couple of y'all are allowed out of here. And the people that come out of here, you can't go and get other people out of here. Matter of fact, we'll probably let you get one. But everybody else got to stay. And guess what? You can't build a big house down the street. You literally got to move all the way out of here. And we are the only group of people that are told that. That's it. Because our environments are created based on survival. It's not based on status. It's not based on just being greedy. It's based on survival. And within survival, you can get greedy. Okay? But COINTELPRO wasn't targeted in Windermere. Black people, brown people didn't make no crack. We didn't put no guns in the neighborhood. So what I'm saying is when you continue to disenfranchise a people, okay, and they rise and you disenfranchise, and they rise and you disenfranchise, and they rise and you disenfranchise, just like the 60s and 70s wore them out, it wore us out mentally.
Yeah.
You know, because boom, we go, oh, he shot. Oh, we go, oh, he shot. Oh, we go, oh, they infiltrated. Oh, he did. Oh, this. Oh, that. Black Wall Street. It's gone. So how? And then after all of that, when you end all of that, now you have a very small percentage of people that think like me and you. And then within that percentage of people, it's an even small percentage that has an open mind to say, okay, look, this is how we should go. So I think fellowship should be the first, because we got to get everybody out of our ideologies and understand, okay, brother, you subscribe to this, subscribe to this, subscribe to this, but it's one common denominator, and that's this. Mm-hmm. But we got to understand first. And for my listeners out there and everybody's watching, you may say, oh, well, he talking that victim shit. He talking the victimology. No. You have to understand your history to be mad enough at it to fix it. It's two different things. That's what I'm learning, is that we have to learn our history to be mad enough, just mad enough to want to change it. Not just get mad and stand on the corner and say, well, they did this and they did this, and we just debate our knowledge of who's smarter and learned about African history smarter. No, we just need to learn enough to get mad about changing it.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with that. Often on the podcast, I find myself as a spectator when we dive into topics like this. Like, obviously, I'll have my opinion. I'll state some facts where I'm versed at, and because of your I guess your current thirst, your hunger, you're growing at a different pace than I am. You're educating yourself differently. You're around a different group of people, and so that's great. And I'm always like, damn, I'm always going to be playing devil's advocate. I see both sides of it, you know what I mean? I'm always going to speak on behalf of my brown skin, because I'm raising a brown boy. I'm a black man that has to deal with these issues on a daily basis as well. But I'm always trying to see, or try to place myself in the shoes of the other group, because I want to see how they see me so I can move accordingly, because I don't want to be a fucking target. It's very disappointing. But like this go around, man, I'm like just like soaking this shit all up. Like, hell yeah, I'm with you, because like it was, you fed it to me the right way. You gave it to me in a way that I can accept it and receive it properly. So I appreciate that. Last night we were, me and visual director Bay were watching, was it People of New York? Humans of New York. And there was a small section with a black dude, and he was saying, and I'm saying this, and I'm speaking to white people. At this point, I am speaking to white people directly. For those of you that do follow our podcast and listen, we appreciate you guys as much as we appreciate everybody that listens to the podcast.
Absolutely.
But specifically to you guys, and maybe you can share this with some of your friends that don't understand. But the black dude was saying, late at night when I'm walking down the street and I see a white dude, I'm just as nervous as you are. You know what I mean? I'm nervous because I know that my presence make you nervous, and I don't know how you're gonna react. Just know that I'm fucking scared as shit too. And I want you guys to know that, man, we're fucking human. We go through the same range of emotions as y'all, except for we're not afraid of you for no apparent reason. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, you guys, or a lot of you, I won't say all of you, but a lot of you see our brown skin as a fucking threat. We're not a heightened threat just because of our brown skin. We're just human beings trying to survive, trying to get through, trying to make progress, trying to feed our families, whatever it is that we're trying to do. So your irrational fear makes us fearful, and that can create a whole lot of turbulence unnecessarily. Just recognize
the words you use. We're trying. All of that is attached to survival.
Yeah. Recognize us as a human. Recognize that I am a man first. I have a family. And obviously, I'm just doing what's best for me and my family. I'm not trying to harm anyone. I'm not looking to harm anyone. That's never going to be the first, second, or third thing that crosses my mind. And so when you see me, just see a human being that's trying to be, and that's it. I think we have. Do we have anything else that we wanted to talk about?
I think you wanted to touch on the Mayweather and McGregor fight.
I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was a really good fight.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I lost the fight. I feel like I lost a match.
I have so much respect for Conor McGregor.
I wanted him to win because he was the underdog, but I also didn't think he would make it that long. So for him to make 10 rounds the way that he did, and he got some hits, pretty surprised.
He got 111 landed punches,
Yeah.
which is more than Manny Pacquiao did.
Yeah.
A professional boxer.
I think that is kind of a stretch. I mean, just like Floyd said, I knew coming at him, I was gonna take some. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ain't nobody popped him like that, and that's just because he hadn't had to fight like that.
Yeah.
And I did say one thing, because just relating it to basketball, when you have somebody that's all erratic and don't know what they're gonna do, you can't guard them to the left, you can't guard them to the right. You like, and then he's scoring you a couple times. You like, bro, I
don't know.
I'm gonna at least try to deny him the ball, or you know what? I'm gonna just go straight pressure him.
Yeah.
And if I pressure him, it'll throw him off his guard, and now his handle ain't, and I can steal it real quick. And that's what Floyd did. He knew, like, he's unorthodox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude is up here doing all like this in the ring. Like, what was he doing?
He
Like,
missed
when
the
he was
number
practicing?
one rule. You always protect your face. He did not
He was just
do
getting
that
beat.
at
He was
all.
just getting beat. So it's like,
He just kept swinging, but Floyd was like this the whole time, like, cover your face. You're gonna
what
get
Shannon
hit.
Sharp say? We're gonna drag him all over in that water. See if he can swim.
It's a couple things that I learned from the fight. One was that Conor McGregor's punching power was severely overrated. Floyd Mayweather's ability to take a punch in his chin was severely underrated. Floyd is old as fuck, because had he fought a boxer, he'd have got his ass beat. He'd have been knocked out in the 5th round the way he was boxing.
Yeah.
Like, Floyd was out there just taking shots. Like, no other boxer was able to land 90 punches on Floyd, let alone 111. Now, obviously, the styles impacted it, because Conor was out there doing some shit that I've never seen before as a boxer. He was just kind of coming straight at him. It was like Arturo Gatti, but after Arturo Gatti had already taken 7 rounds of punishment, because, once his eyes are swollen up, like, he just was a punching bag at some point. Like, that man's whole career was being a punching bag. But I'm looking at the styles, and I'm like, okay, like, that's very unorthodox. Not just he's left-handed. He's just an unorthodox being, and I think it's the movement shit that he does to prepare himself. But I think overall, everybody won. Floyd won. He get his money. He retires at 50-0. Conor McGregor takes an L and walks away with $100 million.
And come back and go
And respect, too.
kill it in
And
UFC.
respect, tons of respect.
Respect.
His post on Instagram today gave me just so much respect towards him, though, because as he promoted the fight, he said a lot of racially insensitive statements. But I thought he was probably positioning himself to be the greatest promoter of all time. Like, I put him right up there with Muhammad Ali in regards to how he promoted that fight, because people went to see it to watch Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather, not the other way around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Conor was the draw.
Yeah.
Floyd,
he really held it down.
Yeah, so, but he was so humble, in his post. He was like, shout out to Floyd. Like, I wasn't prepared to go that far. I was tired. Shout out to him, his stamina, his patience, his understanding of it. And he was like, he's a great fighter. I thought he was a good boxer. I found out that he's a great fighter, and he would have a great career in the MMA if he decided to come over there. But I just got so much respect for that guy and what he does and the training required to do that job. You know what I mean? From one fighter to a different type of skill. You know what I mean? Like, he understood that, like, that is a legitimate skill. People say, oh, boxing, you just punch and you move around.
Floyd, that's one thing I learned about Floyd, man. He showed you boxing as a legitimate skill. And, I was telling my son, because he's playing football, and I was teaching him about, wrapping up, and, hey, Google wrap-ups, proper wrap-up. Because if you Google NFL hits, all you're going to see is the oohs and the ahs. And it's the same thing with the Mike Tysons and the Roy Jones. And they set a precedent that you got to knock a bitch out. And it's like, it was the first time that, it's kind of like what we're going to see in Lonzo Ball, right? A long time that somebody's playing the game the right way. And that's what Floyd has showed you. This is, if you play the game the right way, you'll end up not stuttering, looking good, and rich as hell.
Yeah.
And rich as hell.
So yeah, man.
Shout out to 50-0. We'll be right back. We'll wrap this up real soon. And we'll go through a wrap-up segment.
Yeah.
Let's just have some fun.
Yeah, man. I'll keep the live on.
All right, straight up.
Yeah. Hey, maybe the best podcast. We out. Peace.
Maybe the best podcast.
Hey, welcome back. Maybe the best podcast, episode 35, man. We about to wrap up.
Yo, wrap that shit up.
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that shit up.
Wrap it up, box.
I thought we
Hey, do we get like the Grammy music? Mm-hmm. With the symphony?
Yeah.
Playing in the back?
We need that to wrap it up, box.
All right, so throughout the course of the podcast, 35 episodes deep, we've tried a million different things. Not really. It's probably like 5, maybe even less.
Tell the lie.
But what we didn't do today, like usually we start off with asking everybody how their week was. So let's just do that in the wrap up. Let's get a check in with Twan D, man. What's up?
My week was quick. I went and saw my little man, and my baby girl
Cheerleading, football.
That was dope. Teaching him about rapping. He's safety, man. He can't be letting people score on him like that, man.
Yeah.
So just teach him. I found a really dope practice video from the Seahawks, man.
Okay.
They actually use it in their training camps and in little.
Not Cam Chancellor.
I mean, them boys wrap up. It's the reason why they're the best tacklers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really wrap up. And I liked it because it was literally coinciding with what I was telling them. You know what I'm saying? And so that was really cool. And like I was telling you, I told them to Google proper tackling opposed to hits, because
of course
you want to play the game the right way, just like we were talking about with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a good week for me.
Yeah, man. And that's a 2-part thing with the wrapping up and using proper techniques for tackling, because you want to keep yourself healthy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go out of your way to injure your opponent. You know what I mean? Obviously, early on in football, the goal is to hit them, hurt them, get them up out of there. But realistically, as you grow and you mature, you realize, hey, man, we just trying to play a game that we love, and if you can make a living out of it, great. And you got to have that brotherhood to say, man, I ain't trying to take food off your children's plate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to keep you from coming up. So the last thing I'm going to do is go out of my way to hurt you or do something ill-advised that could potentially hurt you. So, man, shout out to you for starting Jay on the right path early. So, Lulu, how was your week?
School started.
School started. What that mean?
The semester started again.
Okay.
So I have no life again.
All right.
So it's school, work, then homework on the weekends.
Shout out to having no life. I used to be married.
I mean, I only have 2 classes, but I feel like this is going to be a hard semester because I'm taking Portuguese and college algebra.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Again.
That's what's up, man. I'm not taking Portuguese. This week has been a pretty rough week. This week is second week of school, first week of homework, and homework is not intended for kindergarten students. It's intended for the kindergarten students' parents.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
All right. They gave us a whole week's agenda, broke it down. This is what you're supposed to do every day. In the first couple of days, I struggled with it. The last 2 days, I nailed it. We played some classical music in the background, and it helped decrease my mood to help me kind of relax, be calm.
Oh, homework time is going to now be,
Yeah.
Crying and...
Yeah. So my son was able to focus a little bit more on his work, man, and I think he's getting it. Like, he's starting to connect phonically, or phonetically, so he can. He's starting to put things together, and he's working on being able to read. So he said there's one reader in his class. He expects to be the second reader, and he's accepted the challenge to be the best reader in his class. So shout out to my youngin. Outside of that, man, I think it's just been a great week. I'm alive, and I didn't feel like killing myself this week. So, hey, one step in the right direction.
Good.
And what else? What music are we listening to? Anything new? Anything new that we should be hip to?
Daniel Caesar just came out with a new album.
Oh, he did? Okay,
Yeah.
so I got to get on that.
That was a really good album.
I got to get on that.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind on him. You know what's so funny? I actually have a song on my SoundCloud because I like Ellie So Straight. So Straight, and I got a song on my SoundCloud, and it's featuring Ellie So Straight and Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
S2, I guess the artist is STWO. Fill the Void is what it's called.
Yeah, he has a song with her on there. I think that's the second track on the album. It was good.
Shout out to both of those artists that I've never heard of before. Ed Sheeran's in town. Ed Sheeran's he's down at the Amway right now.
Okay.
I know.
So shout out to Ed Sheeran and everybody that went there. Okay, whatever. what I'm saying? Like, I created a new Jay-Z playlist. It's called Jay-Z Features. It's the greatest Jay-Z playlist ever put together. I put it together on my title. I will share my playlist.
I put on my title the other day called Slow Jams. The new Slow Jams.
Remember when, like, there was a time where, like, rappers jumped on every hot record and, like the dope rappers, like, bodied it. You had, fucking Jay was a great artist that jump on and do a feature. Ludacris would jump on and body a record. Who else was like major for like jumping on and like really wrecking shit? Fab had some remixes that he would body. Jada Kiss was a dope artist. Especially when it was a southern record, he would try to get on, catch that slow tempo and body that bitch. So
and one of my favorite features is still that Mary track. The In This Dancery, the remix.
Yeah, it was Fab and Jada. So shout out to Brooklyn and where
don't need no hateration. Somebody better come Duke down because the A listen.
Jada Kisses from Yonkers.
Okay.
Yes,
Yonkers. Hey, I'm not the most familiar with the boroughs and all that shit because I haven't been in New York yet. Shout out to Visual Director Babe for trying to pull me up to New York, but I ain't trying to get to New York.
Time and time again.
I'm going to New York when I got my money right because what I want to do is get like a whole like New York tourist experience, and I want to blow some bread at Barney's, and I want to like just
Barney's.
Yeah, like I want to go and get like a $5,000 belt, and I want just want to be
Barney's here.
Look, I want to go to New York and do New York the way I want to do New York the way I always did.
We got a Barney's outlet too.
Look, I want to do New York the way I want to do New York. Okay, let me do New York the way I want to do New York. So when I come to New York, when y'all finally see me in New York, it's gonna be straight, and the YouTube is gonna be popping, and we're gonna be spending YouTube money at everywhere.
Cash money.
Whatever.
Do you watch anything on TV this week?
What did I did. I'm catching up on Ballers. Last night, episode 2 was kind of stalling on me, so I didn't make it through episode 2 of Ballers. But so far,
I'm so mad, man. I opened up with that show, man. Nobody was watching Ballers.
What?
Nobody.
I was on Ballers heavy for it, but
yeah, I watched all of the first season. Like
Ballers, man. Actually, I think me and you were speaking about Ballers.
Yeah, man.
You the one that told me old boy was Denzel's son. Yeah. But I thought and I'm so glad that it's where it's at because I was like, man, I'm gonna ride with the show. And
yeah, it's a really good show.
Got cut off, you know, shit happened.
Just get the stick.
And
this was when I was living in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hey, man. Ballers is a very good show.
There was no power.
There was no power this week. I kind of caught some of Insecure.
Did you watch the end of it? Of Insecure?
I saw Issa catch the money shot to the face. Issa, man, her name is Issa.
It's Issa.
It's a cum shot.
She got a dirty girl facial.
It's not a dirty girl facial. That's a good girl facial. First off, I think every respectable woman.
I gotta watch this show.
Every respectable woman
he came in her
should
face.
catch a cum shot
talking?
to her face.
You didn't know that? It's your first time hearing it?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, every respectable woman should catch a shot to her face.
So
every once
basically
in a
what
while.
happened was, spoiler alert, she had went to like a sex convention with her friends, and then one of the friends signed all 4 of the girls up for head lessons, a blowjob, and then she called the guy up. She was gonna, do her thing, and she went down on him, and it was good, and he came in her face.
And for what it's worth, he was a gentleman. He said, "Oh shit."
I didn't hear that part.
Nah, I knew he was about to come.
He said it.
Oh, well, yeah, he said that, but he didn't give her a warning.
Oh shit, I'm about to come. This warning.
What would he want?
Yeah, like
Red flags?
Yeah.
Like-
I don't want you to
Like
come
I'm
in
about
my
to
face.
come.
but that's your
I want you to come in
responsibility to
my
make
face.
a move. Like it's
She could have swallowed.
I'm a good guy. That's her job too.
Yes,
I say
swallow.
I'm about to come. That is your cue to either continue to go, stop, move out the way, or position yourself to catch it wherever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything is on you from the time I say, "Oh shit, I'm about to come," because I really ain't got more than a few seconds left after I say that.
You can come anywhere except my face.
Why?
No.
It's good for your skin. I heard.
No.
I don't know.
He said why like he wanted to.
I know. Why?
Look,
I'll swallow. You can put it on my chest. You can do whatever, but don't put it in my face.
Yeah, I think when it comes to my girl and the person that I'm having a sexual relationship with, I don't want to shoot in her face.
Right.
It's like that's not my thing. But if she were to say, or if I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm about to come," and she like position herself and she's just like, I'm gonna shoot in her face. Like, you gotta take this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, thanks, because I wouldn't do it to you. I respect you enough. You know what I'm saying? But like, if that's what you want, You my girl, I got this. Like, I'm gonna finish this shit right here. Press, you know how when you press towards the head, like you can hold it to like get that little build up so that shit to shoot out like a rocket? Tell me you know about that. God damn, bruh. All right.
I'm gonna try it next time.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, when you know you're about to come, you kind of clench towards the head and you can feel yourself ejaculating on the inside. But don't let it wait too long because then it'll just get thick and just ooze out. You know what I'm saying? You got to like get it right. So when
Kind of like a water hose when you put your hand on it.
Exactly. And when you first release that.
And you release it and okay.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the money shot. Really, I got nothing else, man. There's no new artists. I discussed or mentioned BB Borelli's new EP last week, which I really think is so fucking dope, man. So shout out to BB Borelli. Shout out to Tidal.
There was only one new song on there. I had heard all
You guys in
the
here,
songs.
SZA in the new Maroon
studio.
5 song?
I did.
No.
Oh, yeah, that came out yesterday, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
But I
it
didn't
dropped on
listen.
man.
All right.
Did you listen?
Let's see what
I did not listen.
I heard it. It was good.
It's called What Lovers Do,
I have
right?
it here.
Yeah, Amine. That's really who I've been bumping.
Yeah, man.
I think his album's very slept on, but you know how I like slept on artists. So shout out to Amine.
Hey, award season, episode 26. Y'all go back and listen to Trophies. So during Trophies, I gave the, my nominee for Rookie of the Year was Honey Gold,
Mine was Cardi B.
who's also blowing up. Shout out to Cardi B because Little
I
bitch.
But nobody vouched for me.
Nah, well, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, and I'm like just now realizing that.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? Little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. You know
So what?
what I'm saying? But
They all saw her photos.
Yeah,
What was I
and-
supposed to do?
shout out to Honey Gold.
Hey,
Shout out to Honey Gold who shot me the DM with a titty pic. So. Hey.
Lying. You lying?
Nah, man.
For real?
Yeah, so I got a titty pic of my
Like
DM.
how though? Like
Pixar
because-
didn't happen.
Did she see the
I
episode?
still got the fucking
She
DM.
see the episode?
No. So I had commented on her
He
shit. and
tagged her or
she-
something.
Of course, I'm supposed to tag her on anything, my nigga. I was like,
Views. All right, go ahead.
I would like to get views.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like being supportive, and I was like, yo, I love this scene, and I think it would be dope if you did a scene with such and such and such. And she was like, boom, I'm gonna send you a pic, and I was like, for real? And then she did it, and I was like,
Was it
what's up.
one? Was it both?
I don't remember, because I looked at it, and then I was like, I'm just gonna leave it right here so I can like go back to it. But then I was like, it's a picture of titties, and I can just watch her videos and jack off to her. So like,
But she sent it to you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When Naomi Banks responded to me, she was watching Harlem Nights one day, and I was watching the same movie, and she responded, and I was like,
hey.
"Will be mommy right now."
So before we get out of here, a question to you, Antoine, because I'm pretty sure this might not apply to you, but if it does, go ahead and chime in.
Okay.
You're out and about
Yeah.
at a bar, someplace casual, everybody cooling. You walk up, you see your favorite porn star chilling by herself.
It doesn't apply.
Naomi Banks.
Okay, no, I mean, maybe you like what's the guy's name? Johnny Sins or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Or Kieran Lee.
Okay.
Maybe you like Mandingo. I don't know. Or
Shout out to the old school players, Mr. Marcus,
Mr. Marcus.
Wesley Pipes.
What's that fucking jackass dude named that fucking always leave his fucking boots on? Like every time I see that nigga, I turn, bro. I can't, bro. He take off all his clothes and then put back on his boots. It's like, nigga, you just ruined the whole scene, bro. You was fucking the dog shit out of her until they showed your boots. Fucking Timbos, like Tim's on heavy. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here with them Tims. Fuck out of here. Like that's part of the cast.
I feel you.
Whatever, bro. But
You see your favorite porn
you see
star
your
at the
favorite
bar.
porn star, you approach and she cool. Like, do you ask the fuck? Like, or do you even think that, man, like, we gonna fuck? Like, do you treat a porn star like a lady, or do you treat her like a porn star?
No, I mean, if I seen Naomi Banks, man, I'm just be like, yo, Naomi, what's up? You know, I love your work, woo woo, and then just chop it up.
Are you thinking that I want to fuck? Cause I don't know. I'm not saying I would treat whoever, just like a slut bucket or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I would imagine that I want to have sex with this person because I'm thinking like, shit, I done beat off to you so many times. Like it would be really, really dope.
Well,
if
I mean,
you,
I'm
if you
not
caught
in that
this.
position to take advantage, but if I was,
Right, that's what I meant.
yeah, that my thought process would be, yo, this seemed like if it goes somewhere, I'm gonna beat tonight.
Yeah. No, I think in my current situation, you know what I'm saying? I think what I would do, whether it was Honey Gold, Abella Danger, Kelsey Monroe, like if it's one of those three.
I don't even see these people on the front page of XNX.
Oh, you tripping. You tripping. They got the best asses in the game, too. Abella Danger and Kelsey Monroe.
Niggas talking like they ball players. Like they have fantasy porn draft.
They got trading cards.
Bro, if we had a fantasy porn draft, like my squad will wreck. Straight up. Like my squad will wreck. Like riding, dick sucking.
My squad.
Willingness to take anal.
My squad.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Squad.
bro, like
Squad up.
I got them. I like
Squad.
chicks that's willing to take punishment. Like
Squad.
I got that squad, man. I got the best starting lineup in the league. I might not have a deep bench, but I got a deep juice box. Or they do pause. Wow, that came off weird.
Yeah.
So in my current situation, I think if one of my favorites were there, I think I would ask Bay. Hey, can you check on that? Can you check on that? Because I mean, like, if there's a threesome to be had, this is the time we got to do it. And it would be weird if because I think it's always weird to like approach another woman, especially right now where I have somebody and I'm happy, right? Because I don't know how to just be a regular person. I'm very flirtatious by nature, so it always comes across as I'm trying to catch a body. So I feel like if I actually try to catch a body, it would be in my best position to ask my girl to go catch the body for us, as opposed to try to do it, because I don't know if I'm arrogant. I don't know if it's I just read people wrong, but I feel like if I went and approached a girl and I tried to put it down and try to get her home, like she would be turned off if I was like, oh, by the way, I got a girl. We trying to make this a threesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
You know what I mean?
anytime you have a situation to where you have a female that is, open to that, hell yeah, like
She got to go get him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's Mando.
As long as I drink, I'm with it.
That's Mando. And a lot of times they be like, "Oh, y'all together? How long y'all?" You know what I'm saying? And you get, in strip clubs.
So
I done got more play being with my girl at the time, being with my girl than Dolo. I was like, I'd never go to strip club with niggas again, ever.
Hey. So, look, Jeezy, get us some Avion. Get us some tequila up in here, and tequila.
Yeah, we need some Virginia Black. I want all the new up and coming stuff.
I just want shit that is gonna promote, people from our culture and put money in our culture's pockets. You know what I'm saying? So, Avion, Ciroc, Ace. Since Jay now owns all of Ace,
Wow,
or owns the majority of Ace. So, and Duce. Shout out to Duce. And Duce is actually smooth as fuck. Like, if I'm going to drink brown, it's Deuce. So, shout out to Hov, man. Shout out to Amoy Clothing. Those sweats are really fucking dope.
For having certain dollars or nothing?
Fuck no, that's free promo. Y'all niggas gonna have to come shut us down, cause
Do you know they'll flag a bitch on that YouTube?
yeah, we gonna do whatever the fuck we want from this point moving forward, because man, this is our platform, and whatever.
That's what we gonna do.
Whatever. Maybe the best podcast, man. Episode 35. We here.
Peace.
Lulu.
Let's go Knowles.
Maybe the best podcast.
One of the few niggas that talk a whole bunch of shit on the record, and it shit be all true. One of the few niggas that talk that money talk, and every nigga in the room look up and be like, yo, nigga ain't lying, no. Black nigga, but the car white. No blue pill, but I fuck her all night. I'm the nigga who be fucking up your night. The rich nigga in the club that your bro like. They be like, fuck that nigga, cause when I leave, she gon' fuck that nigga. But if it make you niggas feel any better when I'm done with her, she can go the fuck back with you. Have you ever counted $1 million in front of a building full of crackers that probably hate you? But do that shit, and you'll see how arrogant that it makes you. It's a lot of homes to buy up in Naples. It's a lot of video girls that need facials. It's a lot of stones to put up in this Jesus. A lot of private islands that I can skate to. You ain't never seen a wire, nigga, you a liar. You ain't never seen no bank accounts with M's in it. 30 years old with enough to retire. To what state did the G5 fly ya?